Good morning. My name is Erin Weber, and I am a 7th grade ELA teacher at MSA West in Iberville Parish. And today's lesson will be on analyzing characters from a supplemental text called Harris-Bergeron and Their Points of View. So the students in the video are 7th grade students at MSA West in my second block. Basically, we prepared by reading and rereading the text. We have done the summary, and we are ready to analyze the characters and their points of view. This is going to allow the students to be able to read, write, and communicate effectively with across the grade level as well as with their partners, so that they are achieving success academically as well as socially.
We read and summarized the short story Harris-Bergeron by Kurt Vonnegut. We determined the meaning of unfamiliar words in the text using context clues. Let's start there. All right, so today we are going to analyze characters from Harris-Bergeron. How many characters can you remember? Three? Okay, maybe some of them. Huh? 5? Tell me one.
Harrison.
Harrison. Who's another one? Yeah, Andrew. George. Justice. Who's another one? The ballerina. Let's get somebody else. Parker. Who's George's wife? Hazel. Thank you for helping him. Yes. Harrison, we said him. The Empress, which was who? The ballerina. We're missing one important person. Yes. Diana Moonglampers. All right. Diana Moonglampers. All right, so on Friday it's like the beginning, middle, and end. We take those wonderful pieces and we put them all together. Who can summarize Harris-Bergeron for us? Let's help each other. What happens at the beginning?
Description.
Huh? Description?
Yeah, it's
Oh, so you want to tell me about the setting?
Yes.
So tell me what happened at the beginning of the story.
It was like in 2081.
2081, so we called that what?
Future.
In the future, that's correct.
And so what happened in the future was Diane Moonglampers was basically the ruler of everybody, and she was like the government itself, if you will.
Yeah.
And she wanted everybody to be equal, and so the way that she did that was handicap people by putting weights on their necks, putting earbuds in their ears so they could mess up that. So it prevents people from thinking thoughts.
Yeah.
And then also they would also put masks on people to make them ugly.
Right. So, yeah, you did a great job with that. So basically, Harris-Bergeron is a dystopian story. The dystopian stories usually have a piece that involves the government, right? In The Giver, they are promoting what? Sameness in a different way, but it's all supposedly to protect who? The people. That's right. All right, so I gave this example in my last class. I don't know if you've ever been to a parade and you start catching beads, and you start catching beads, and you're putting them on, you're putting them on, you're putting them on. Then you have this many beads. They don't weigh 47 pounds like George's, but it's very uncomfortable. So they're putting things, heavy things on these people to make them not so strong, to make them not so smart, to make them not so wonderful, athletic, genius, all of those good things. Beautiful. Yes, Reese.
It was once possible to walk around with one side of my head, like I feel like 15 minutes walking around with my left side.
Oh, so you have a real life example. Can you say that one more time so that everybody can hear? She's a real life example of sort of like a handicap that she had in the class experience. Go ahead and say it again.
We used to walk around with books, and I had like these huge like textbooks. And like after like 15 minutes, like everybody's at the time.
Yeah. So imagine 47 pounds of something on your neck for every day of your life. right, so what we're going to do today is we are going to analyze the characters from Harris and Bergeron. We already named them. We already recreated our summary. At the very end of the story, what happens?
They make out and they get shot.
Hold on, let me. Go ahead. No, I want to hear you. What happens to Harrison? He dies because he did what?
He broke off his handicaps and basically went to rebel. Made everybody into a rebel.
Right, and that is what they do not want to happen, right? So he and the person who followed along with him were shot on live television.
I think they didn't care that much because they knew everyone was just going to forget anyways.
Shit, that's a very interesting point. She said she didn't think they cared very much because people are going to forget anyway. And that is kind of what happened at the end, right?
Yeah.
What was Hazel doing?
She was crying.
She was crying because she saw it, and then when George comes back in the room, he asks her if she's crying, and she says, yeah. But she cannot remember why.
She said she just does because like it just happened.
It was something sad on television, but she couldn't remember what it was.
So there was something that's
It's like it happens, but what? It happens, but it goes away. All right, so what we're going to do today is we're going to analyze the characters, and we're going to talk about several different aspects of these characters. So you're going to need the chart that is in your Google Classroom, and we're going to discuss with your partner. All right, so if you go to your Google Classroom, this is English second block, Lesson 32, Analyze Characters from Harris and Bergeron. We did the summary. I want you to think about how the author develops and contrasts the different characters in the text and how each character's appearance, which means how they look. They use a lot of similes. What are similes?
similarities
They use the words what?
multiple times.
No, similes. We have similes and metaphors that we talk about a lot. They use like or as. So one of the similes they used for Harrison, he looked like a what?
A junkyard.
A walking junkyard, right? Okay, so I want you to think about appearance, dialogue. What is dialogue? So dialogue is when we
Talk.
when we talk. Usually it's always in quotations, okay? And actions. Actions are things that we do. Things that we do. All right, so you're gonna work with your shoulder partner today. I want you to pull up your chart. I'm gonna give you about 20 minutes to work. I'll be walking around and I wanna hear your conversations. And then we'll come back together and we'll popcorn out some of the things that we had. Now the dialogue, you're not just gonna pull that from your head. What are you going to do for the dialogue?
You're
You're gonna have to go back and reread the text. That is correct. All right, any questions on what I want you to work on? Does anybody not have their partner here today? All right, so you may go ahead. I'll be coming around. If you have questions, raise your hand. I'll be happy to help you. You can start with the main character if you'd like. You can start, it is no particular order that I'm looking for, okay? Yes,
So did you check attendance?
yes, I did. I did attendance and we did good things. I did go fast. All right, so go ahead, find your partner, pull up your chart. You want to list the character's name in the first column, and then you're going to talk about their appearance. You might have to go back in the text for the appearance as well. It is in your handouts, and it is on your computer. I added it on today's lesson too. It's right here. What is Harrison's point of view about the way the government handles his community? What does he do, KJ? He tries to overthrow the government by doing what?
Declaring him as emperor.
Wait, I want to hear his. Huh? First thing he does. Yeah, and he also had to break out of somewhere. Where was Harrison?
Jail.
He was in jail because of all of his giftedness. He breaks out of jail and then he goes to this place where there's a lot of people. So he decides, he tries to encourage everyone to take their things off, right? He actually took the ballerinas off. So he is trying to overthrow the government, right? So he must not like what they're doing, right? All right, great, that is great. So put the dialogue part under the actions, because if we're speaking, that's what we're doing. What did Harrison have on his nose? It says that he was Halloween and hardware. What do we do for Halloween?
We dress
We dress up, right? We don't look like ourselves for the most part. Okay? What about hardware? Something that's hard. It's usually like screws and nails and things like that. Something that we need to put something together. So he's a human and he looks like Halloween and hardware. I hear some really good things already. Make sure you're speaking to your partner. Make sure you're getting back into that text. Do you think if the author chose different characters that the story would be as interesting? So, what could you put?
She's a girl.
What about her personality? Even though we can't, they don't really describe her very much physically, but they do use a lot of her dialogue to describe her. What does she say when the guy with the speech impediment comes on?
She says
He tried his best. She's very, she's generous. What else? Empathetic. I said the exact same word this morning. She is empathetic. She seems to care and trying to put herself in other people's shoes a lot. Hazel. At some point, somebody had to put these handicaps on these people. So do you think that may be why he was given that handicap? Because he is so intelligent and so thoughtful about what the government is doing?
Well, yeah, they don't want anybody to have an opinion.
They don't want anybody.
It's literally dumb. It's literally
Yes.
There's always someone that's mad at me. So, like, like in that scenario, if it was like that, there would be like death before handicaps.
Oh, death before. Similar to what? Jonas's community, where they did what? They released them. That is correct. So we've been analyzing the characters from Harris and Bergeron. We had an appearance, an action, a point of view. So just a couple more minutes to finish that up, and then we'll come back together as a class.
On analyzing the characters in Harris and Bergeron, I think that the objectives were met. They were able to analyze and pull apart, describe, and tell the character's point of view. I also believe that they were able to compare some of those characters to characters in The Giver, which is our main text, and Harris and Bergeron was a supplemental text. So if I could do anything differently next time, I think that I would probably add an extra extra time segment, so that the students would have more time to actually present their findings to their classmates and not just to their partner. Thank you.